Your thumb is still on the send button. 6 seconds. That does not sound long until you try to hold one decision still for 6 seconds at 5 in the morning. You do not send it. Your mom coughs in her sleep. That wet, effortful sound makes your hand move off the phone before your brain finishes the thought. You set the phone face down on the blanket, and that's the most important decision you make all week. You haven't eaten since a gas station sandwich at noon yesterday. Your hands are legit trembling, and it hits you. Your blood sugar is completely in the gutter. You dig the other half of a granola bar out of your jacket pocket, the one from the plasma clinic. It's warm and a little crushed. It's also the best thing you've eaten in a week. The night nurse walks by on her rounds, glances at your hands, and doesn't ask about the noise you made earlier. She sets a paper cup of vending machine coffee on the windowsill and keeps walking. It's burnt and lukewarm. You drink all of it in under a minute. Fed, caffeinated, and slightly less likely to ruin your life, you do the one thing neither memo told you to do. You close both messages and open a browser tab instead. You type the name printed at the top of the cease and desist, Solstice Digital Assets, and the words XRP Misdirected Transfer. Not the wallet handle from the memo, not Vault OTC, the plain, boring name of the company that supposedly wants its money back. Your eyes get pinned on the fourth result. It's a forum thread from 2 years ago. It describes almost exactly what's happening to you now, down to the tiny test transaction with a memo field attached. It has a name for this, a recovery scam. Someone watches for a big, public, misdirected transfer, then races to be the first message in the new owner's wallet. They pretend to be the legal team that actually lost the money. You're not the first person this has happened to. You're just the first person it's happened to tonight. You don't know a lawyer. You know a guy who used to be one before he became your line supervisor at the plant. His name is Desmond. You've split maybe 40 lunch breaks with him and never once talked about anything heavier than the Packers. You call him anyway. He picks up on the fourth ring, already awake and tired, annoyed. You explain it in the wrong order twice. He tells you to slow down and start with the number. 15.8 million, you say. The silence on the line runs long enough that you pull the phone away from your ear to check the call didn't drop. He didn't practice crypto law. He did 3 years of consumer fraud before the firm folded. He mentions this like a disclaimer he's legally required to give before he'll keep talking to you. Then he tells you the only thing that matters. Real institutional legal departments do not open with a deadline stuffed into a wallet memo. They open with a letter, a case number, and a firm name you can call and verify. You're not a criminal yet, he says. You're a moron. A guy who's about to do something nonsensical just because 2 strangers told him he's only got an hour. You want to argue. But 3 years of consumer fraud beats 0 years of anything, so you don't. You hear his coffee maker gurgling in the background, and to your total surprise, that completely mundane sound anchors you more than literally anything out of his mouth. You do the thing you should have done 3 hours ago. You pull up the Blockchain Explorer yourself and trace the transfer backward, one hop at a time, the way the forum thread showed you. The wallet address on the cease and desist memo doesn't match the wallet the transfer actually came from. 4 characters swapped near the end. The kind of difference that looks identical on a 5-inch screen at 4 in the morning after 23 hours awake. The Vault OTC chat has a countdown timer under the offer. It's been ticking toward its 1-hour escrow window the whole time you've been on the phone with Desmond. You watch it hit 0 mid-sentence. Nothing happens. No warning, no revoked offer, no follow-up. A real deadline does something when it expires. A fake one just sits there, out of things to threaten you with. Solstice Digital Assets has a compliance line, and it's not glamorous at all. A phone tree, then 11 minutes of hold music loops the same 8 bars. Then a person named Denise comes on the line. You give her the wallet address. She types it in. A dog barks twice on her end and gets shushed. Then she says the sentence you've been waiting to hear. Yeah, that's ours. Automated rebalancing tool sent it to a stale address instead of the live one. There's a process, as there always is. You sign a return authorization. She emails you a case number you can look up on the company's own public support page. And she walks you through sending the funds to a verified corporate wallet. Denise reads you the reward figure off what sounds like a laminated card taped to her monitor. Straight up 10% of whatever gets returned, capped at a cool 1.6 million. The cap exists so nobody on the receiving end of a rebalancing glitch gets creative ideas. You almost fall asleep sitting up while she reads the wire instructions a second time. She notices, tells you to go slow, and waits while you find a pen that works. You send it back around 7 in the morning. The confirmation loads, and something in your chest that's been clenched since 2:22 a.m. finally lets go. It hits you all at once how badly your whole body wants to stop being awake. You don't remember deciding to close your eyes. You wake up 40 minutes later, neck bent wrong, drool on your collar, a breakfast cart rattling down the hallway. Your mother is awake, watching you with the kind of tired amusement only a parent can manage from a hospice bed. You look like hell, she says. Her voice is thin but clear. This is the first full sentence she's managed in 2 days. You laugh for the first time since yesterday afternoon. She doesn't ask what happened. She just finds your hand and holds it until she drifts off again. 3 days later, the wire clears. A full $1 million after taxes. Clean, legal, reported to the IRS, and completely yours. The internet, however, finds out you gave the whole bag back. The same bots that flagged your wallet the night before are still watching it. Your return transaction posts on-chain, and one of them catches it in 4 minutes. A couple of crypto commentary channels stitch a follow-up onto their overnight reaction videos within the hour. Of course, a clean ending is good content too. Half the replies call you a saint. The other half call you an idiot for not keeping it. A third, smaller group is convinced the whole thing was a Solstice digital marketing stunt. None of them remember your username in a week. You don't buy a car. You don't quit the plant, not yet. Desmond still needs someone to split a lunch break with, and you owe him that much. You do walk into the supply room and pay for a second pair of gloves for every person on the line, out of your own pocket. You're done watching people dip bare skin near lie. Your plant manager asks if you had a stroke. You tell him you had $15 million for about 4 hours. He doesn't follow up. You anonymously cover 2 other families' balances at the hospice. You know what that hallway feels like at 2 a.m. when you're holding a bill you can't pay. You bring the night nurse a good dinner. She pretends not to know why. You go back to the plasma clinic once to pay for a case of the granola bars they hand out to donors on their way out. The woman at the counter asks if you're the person from the video. You say no. She lets it go. She's got a line behind you. Half your name is still sitting in a forum thread any future employer can find in 9 seconds. 2 of the numbers that called you that first night still call, less often now, still offering to help. You kept your mother's bed. You kept your name off a federal case file. You got a full night's sleep for the first time in a week, and a story you'll tell only once to the right person. Would you have made the same 3 calls, or believed the memo in your wallet instead? Say it straight in the comments. Part 3 covers the week after, when Vault OTC finds out you reported the account and stops being polite about it. Subscribe so you don't miss it.